Yes.
Oke, langsung kita mulai saja ya. Selamat malam teman-teman semuanya. Nah, ini mohon maaf tadi agak terlambat kita karena tempatnya agak masuk nih, nggak ketahuan ternyata bisa aja. Jadi kita harus berketahuan. Baik, malam ini kita akan mulai WordPress Meetup Surabaya kedua. Kemarin kita sudah menyadarkan yang pertama itu kita sini bisa dibuat gini. Nah, untuk meetup kedua ini agak spesial karena kita kedatangan tamu dari Singapura, founder dan editor and chief Hongkiat.com. Siapa yang pernah mengunjungi Hongkiat.com secara nggak sengaja tiba-tiba search? Oke. Di sini kita nanti Hongkiat akan berbagi gimana sih mulainya blog sampai sekarang. Oke, langsung saja karena kita udah sedikit terlambat beberapa menit, kita welcome Hongkiat Lim.
Evening, guys. So just now it was a long journey and I fall asleep in the car. So if I am a little blur, so please forgive me. So today what I'll be doing is I'll share a little bit of how I started the site Hongkiat.com, how it started from its humble beginning until what it is today, and then I'll put a stop for a while and then see if you have any questions for me or anything we can share. And then I will share with you 5 mistakes which I think is greatly impacted me a lot during this whole journey. And then after that we can do another Q&A if you want. So how it all started, right? Contrary to popular belief, Hongkiat.com started not from WordPress, it's from Blogspot. But because it started where I was just wanting to write something online and I don't have the technical know-how to install WordPress, so the easier way is to use Blogger. So it all started with Blogger. I'm a designer. I was a Flash designer actually, coming from the days of Macromedia Flash, way before Adobe acquired all these things. So I was a designer and then I was looking for a job and then I went and I got hired. And then from there I learned Photoshop myself because jobs requires me to know Photoshop and then I picked up HTML and CSS as well. So, and all these things that I picked up, I learned it from the internet and I was thinking, things that I learned from the internet and I enhanced it myself, why don't I share it with other people, right? So I was thinking, why don't I start a blog and then do these things? So what I did is I started Blogspot. So from Blogspot, I don't think it's even two months, I find there is a lot of limitations. Then came WordPress, and then it never stopped, it just stops at WordPress. So I installed WordPress after that, and then everything that we do is in WordPress. I mean, everything that I do is in WordPress from there. So I was learning and working at the same time. Whatever I learned, I would just write and post it on the site. And then this is what I've been doing all the while. But still, I was working and then I was blogging, but secretly because my employer doesn't know that. But it's fine because I'm not doing anything else, I'm just sharing what I know. So it keeps on going, learning, understanding, sharing, blogging. It keeps on repeating, I keep on doing this and doing this and doing this. And then one day, maybe I think about 5 months later, I think, something changed. Because of the consistency of doing things that you like, then you start seeing traffic coming in. People are actually Googling for the same thing that you were actually asking previously. So people are actually coming in and looking at your content. And then from there, you realize that amazingly traffic starts picking up. And then traffic starts picking up and you'll be like, it's interesting, right? something that you really like that you do, and then it gives you something else, it gives you traffic, and then it makes you think, what can I do with the traffic? So the obvious answer is to monetize it, to make money out of it. So I start making money out of the traffic that I gain from the site. It's not really a lot. I guess it's about 600 visitors a day, but during those days, I promise you, that's quite actually, that makes me quite happy. And I start monetizing the site, putting ads, maybe other ads I couldn't remember. So I start monetizing the site, and it gives me a bit of money, and slowly the money are actually, I'm actually realizing that I'm getting more and more, and slowly it's matching the pay I'm getting for the job. So the next obvious decision is to quit the job and go Singapore. Why Singapore? When I was doing the site, I'm earning salary in Malaysia, so it's ringgit Malaysia, right? So ringgit Malaysia and a little bit of USD. So the next best thing is to probably go with Singapore dollars and USD. So I decided to quit the job, slightly focus more on the site and see what Singapore can give me. So I quit the job with a little bit of a saving, and I went to Singapore just like that, without knowing that what kind of jobs I can get in Singapore. But at least I have a site, right? I have something that I'm passionate about. So I was actually pretty lucky when I was in Singapore. So what happens is, I was in Singapore for 1 month. I think I had only 2 interviews. The first one I rejected the job, and the second one was he wanted me to be a UI designer, and I really liked the job, but I'm not sure if I fit the company. It's an interesting company, it's a startup company, and the boss asked me one thing. So he said, I really like you, but at the same time, I like the other candidate as well. Can you tell me one thing that will impress me a lot? One sentence that gives me the wow factor. So I thought, and then I tell him, I started a site in 3 months and I get 3,000 visitors. So 3,000 doesn't look a lot right now, but back in the days, it's enough to impress. I got the job, and the job is a really fun job. It's a startup, so we did a lot of projects, and then the funnest thing about the job is you only work 4.5 days. And yeah, Friday is a half day, and then you can wear so slack, you can wear short pants, slippers back to the job. So with the job, my boss also understands that I have Hongkiat.com, I have this site. So he tells me it's fine to pursue what you have as long as it doesn't affect the job. So together with the job I have in Singapore, I'm also running Hongkiat.com. And then something else happened. With the job and with expanding Hongkiat.com in mind, I recruited more writers, more people to write for the site, and then I take a step backwards.
Pengumuman yang bawa mobil yang di sebelah kiri bisa tolong diparkirkan ke sebelah kanan. Iya, nempel ke sana. Terima kasih.
So, where was I? Still with Oh, okay. I have a job. My boss doesn't mind that I run the site as long as I still can fulfill my job. And then with this thing in mind, I take a step backwards. I don't write anymore, so I become the editor. I hire writers. Then I realize I'm hiring more than I can cope with. And then things are picking up. Everything's are picking up. And then I quit the job again. So this time, I'm officially jobless in Singapore, but the site is really picking up, gaining a lot of traffic, and then because we are also having a lot of writers. So, started from there, quitting the job, fully focused on Hongkiat.com. I become the editor-in-chief. hiring editors, getting writers from all over the world. So I think we have right now about 19 to 20 full-time writers and then freelance writers everywhere, and then of course a lot of contributors and 3 editors, and of course a very great team of developers like Doric himself. So this is Hongkiat.com now. We are getting about millions of 8 million a month. I think it's about that. And this is what the site is now. So we are also, for the next future, what are we going to do, right? I'm also going to become the editor-in-chief, but we are going to expand in more verticals. Verticals as in, maybe we'll be writing more into iOS, Android, more about gadgets, and for myself, I would hopefully be able to pull myself out from the site more, so I can attend more events, share more stuff with you guys, and hopefully I can learn more from you guys as well. So this is how the site starts from its humble beginning to what it is today. So we'll probably pause here for a while if you have anything to ask me.
Okay. Question answer. Ada negotiation terus ada answer and answer. Kalau misalnya ada langsung nanti tanya nanti langsung jawab sama Hongkiat. So question? Yes.
Hello, my name is Adi.
Nice to meet you.
I see like Hongkiat is a UGC website, like user-generated content. How you generate revenue and paying the contributor? Are they paid or they wait voluntarily?
Okay, about the people who write contents for Hongkiat.com, are they paid or are they not paid, and how do I pay them, right? Is that your questions? Okay. So people who publish the contents on Hongkiat.com are at different levels. Some of them are full-time writers, which are paid. Part-time writers are also paid. Contributors and volunteer writers are not paid because they came in saying that I just want to post something on your site. I don't want to get paid. I just want to, write something and share. But the latter people are very few. So most of the writers are paid. So how do I pay them, right? The sites are generating revenue. Revenue are coming from ads, from sponsored content. Basically, 90% of the revenue from the sites are coming from advertisements in general. So with the revenue, this piece goes to the writer. Did I answer the question? Any questions?
Any more question?
Okay.
Yep.
I'm Edwin.
Hi.
I have a question. When you building a site,
Yep.
we just write it. What marketing you do? What marketing you do to promote your site?
Right, okay. Of course, social media is very important, right? So, but most of the traffic comes from Google. And how do I market the site? Whenever we have a new content, I'll just post it on social media like Twitter and Facebook, but I selectively choose because I don't post everything there. Because if you flood everything to people, they will get irritated. And then because of the nature of our content, I don't usually post in Facebook. Because it's tips, how to do this and how to do that. People in Facebook doesn't want to read this. They like to see cute cats and all these things. So I will selectively post on Facebook, but Twitter are more, I would say people on Twitter are more technical per se. So I will be more active on Twitter. Last time I used to post in Google Plus, LinkedIn, and all these kind of different social networks. But I think social media networks are not actually working too well for sites that write contents like this, tips. People are just looking for more news stuff. Yep.
Okay. Are you running paid ads for the marketing?
Sorry, come again.
Are you running paid advertising for the marketing?
Advertising.
AdWords maybe, or Twitter.
Yes, AdSense.
AdWords.
Oh,
For marketing?
No, I'm not doing AdWords. That means I'm not using AdWords to pay for people to click and come to my site to read the content. No, I'm not using that.
No more question? So you
Yep.
don't pay any advertising to generate content to your website? Generate traffic, I mean.
I use Facebook, but it's not converting well. I'm just using it for the sake of exposure purposes to hopefully gaining people who likes this thing, who wants to know more about these things to become a fan. So next time I could, deliver the similar things to them. But the main aim is not to pay, they come, they click, getting more page view, no. Because doing that is only going to cost me a lot of money. Because we know advertising in Facebook doesn't really convert well for things like this.
Question? No?
Okay.
Ya.
Sudah saja ya.
Ya. Ini translate. Lebih ke teknis sih, karena kan kalau pengalaman saya kan kalau pakai WordPress, apalagi kayak kelas Hongkiat pasti trafficnya tinggi ya, pasti ada isu-isu, apalagi untuk pengembangan, katakanlah servernya nggak kuat, itu gimana menanggulanginya. Yang kedua, seberapa banyak Hongkiat.com pakai plugin WordPress atau memanfaatkan plugin WordPress-nya, bukan pluginnya apa aja, tetapi apakah memanfaatkan pluginnya itu untuk mendukung situs utamanya. Nah, ini pertama mungkin ke Mas Toy.
More for development.
Ya.
More flexible. So how do we cater this? How do we prepare the server for high traffic? How do we prepare the server to receive high traffic? And do we rely on many plugins for WordPress?
To counter the high traffic.
Yes, to run the site.
Oh, okay. So last time there was this thing called the dig effect. I believe more of us have heard of it before. Dig.com. So if your website, if your content went to the top page of dig.com, it's a happy news and it's not a happy news at the same time. Happy news is because all the traffic will come in, you get tons of visitors, maybe like 2,000 to 3,000 a second. But on the 5th second, your website will go down very fast. So last time Hongkiat Lim was lucky enough to appear on TikTok.com a lot. And then the lucky thing is not getting the traffic. The lucky thing is it gives me the opportunity to trial and error. When traffic comes in, how can I optimize the site to receive this traffic? Because if you're operating on the homepage of Dig, and then if you're not getting the traffic that's coming in, it's a waste. It kills your site. So I tried a lot of plugins. The one that I remember the most is, of course, WP Super Catch. Yes. And I actually tried W3 Total Catch. Is it such a plugin? Yeah. So there is a long story about this, but let me just share it with you. I was using W3 Total Catch, and people say that is better. So, but to me, I find it WP Super Catch is better. But when I was using the other one, it gives me a lot of error. Site goes down. I will go back to WP Super Cache, and then it gives me the options of what is the thing? It make your HTML static, so it actually helps a lot. And then from then on, I'm using that. But then again, a caching software can only help you that much. The next thing, if you want to cater for higher traffic, you need to move to a better server. That's when we try and error a lot of servers, but we were lucky enough to have a Malaysian company called Exabyte to host us, and he gave me a dedicated server. So right now, Hongkiat is running an Exabyte dedicated server, which I couldn't remember much of the specs, but I think it's quite high end. And then we have WP Super Cache on it, and server side we have Varnish Cache. So it seems like a double layer of caching. So people are only seeing static stuff, not much of the PHP, MySQL, and all this query thing going on. So the site are pretty much stable.
Jadi
Yep.
Baik, I've been using Hongkiat for quite a while. I was surprised that you have
Thanks for giving us the page views and everything.
Yeah. I was thinking, when I see Hongkiat right now, it looks like BuzzFeed.
Really?
You know, I mean,
In terms of the content,
in terms of the content, I think like 10 of the most
yeah,
useful
list
plugins
points,
is
right?
like my question is at the very beginning when you started yourself, when you're doing your own articles,
Yeah.
how consistent are you? I mean, how many articles did you produce in each day or each week?
When I was writing myself,
Yes, and compared to today, a lot of writers.
so when I was writing myself, I think I can only produce one article every 3 to 4 days. So at the best of my performance, plus when I was still working, 2 articles a week tops. So right now, and then we started with like, I mean, last 2 years we were doing 2 to 3 a day. Now we are doing 5 a day. I'm aiming for 5 a day. Yeah.
And it's all original.
It's all original. You couldn't copyright it because it made no sense. Yeah. And Google wouldn't like it.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions?
Yeah. Okay. So let me So these are probably the 5 biggest mistakes I made. Some of them are still there. Some of them are probably fixed. And I'm probably sleeping with some of them every night. The first thing is call it myname.com, Hongkiat.com. When you all started, it's like, okay, my personal blog, it has to be my name, right? I mean, it's a vain thing. You have to like tell people, I have a .com, it's Hongkiat.com, things like that. And then if you unexpectedly grow it, then the Hongkiat, that word just doesn't make sense at all. A lot of people calling it funny name, especially people from the West will be like Hongkiat, Hongkiat, whatever it is. And then the name doesn't even mean anything to them. It's better to be, daily tech tips, design tips.com. At least it makes sense. When people see the domain name.com, they straight away know what your site is about. But having Hongkiat.com is like, I don't even know what it means. It's just the 8 random characters to me, to most of the people. So, if I were to be able to start again, no way it's going to be myname.com, right? So this is the biggest mistake that I have to sleep with every day. So the second thing is /blog, really. So what happens is when I install WordPress, I thought it would be organized to keep WordPress in the server in a folder. And because I started thinking that, okay, maybe I want to write a blog, right? It would be really organized if this thing is called /blog. Later that I know that when this thing grows, it becomes a restriction in many levels. Let me give you an example. Hongkiat.com/blog, that's the main site. But it would be better if it's Hongkiat.com, clean and simple. And then if you were to expand into WordPress category of stuff, it would be, right now it's Hongkiat.com/blog/category/WordPress. It would be nicer if it's .com/WordPress, if you don't have the /blog there. So this can be solved, but there are a lot of risks involved. I have been researching a lot on this. It can be solved, but it's very risky, and risky in terms of you may lose a lot of Google indexing. We have about, I think, at least 10,000 URLs that are already indexed. So doing this and using permalinks to change, or 301 or whatever, and then telling Google Webmaster that, okay, I have changed something, it works, but there is a risk, or there could be a window where when Google is re-picking up your traffic, there will be a very big downturn. So until today, I still don't dare to take the risk of making this change. The third thing, I wouldn't say a mistake, but something that I didn't think of start doing this side is to collect the leads. By collecting leads, I was pinpointing on getting regular readers on my subscription list, newsletter subscription. I wasn't thinking that this thing is important, but after that, I realized that it is really, really important to get the emails or at least the contact of people who likes your content, so you can communicate or you can deliver something to them directly. So I started this thing late, so maybe few 4 to 5 years later. But if I were to start it early, I would have gotten a lot more of emails of people who are interested in reading this kind of content.
Yes. So
The fourth mistake is the wrong using of WordPress infrastructure. So as we all know, static content in your WordPress, if you write something, your images will be automatically stored in WP content slash upload, right? Slash upload. It's everything should be inside. But I was I would say I was stupid and a perfectionist at that stage. I was thinking I don't want everything to be on the server. It's so heavy. We have so many images. So what I did is I pull everything out. I put it on a different server. So that leaves slash upload empty. So everything, all these static images are put on a different server. And then I realized at the end of the day, it's giving me more inconvenience than what how I could link my image properly right now. So right now it's like a legacy problem. Images are hosting in another server instead of my main server.
yeah.
So please follow WordPress infrastructure. So the last but not least problem is user tracking. I wasn't actually tracking users on Hongkiat.com until very recently. So whenever we are doing a new design, the change to the UI, we are actually doing it blindly. We are actually assuming. We don't know what user really want. We don't know what they really click. We just assume. And until recently, they only we start tracking. Then only we know that so this is not actually what they will click, or this area is not really a hotspot of clicks. So we are putting important things on a non-important area. So yeah, this is the fifth mistake that I made. Yep, I think that's all. If you have any questions.
Any question? No question? Okay.
Yep.
I'm Gerdhu from Daily Social.
Hi.
So my question is, how do you grow what was a private blog into a media company?
How do I grow?
Yeah.
With people, great people, great writers, great team, and then good article. So from there, traffic comes, and then when traffic comes, money comes. When money comes, whole thing repeat again. You get more people, and then it's just snowball slowly.
And then if I were to grow it into a media corporation,
A media,
yeah.
simple. You get investors. So investor will like speed up a lot of things for you. They will throw in the money for you, and you can do a lot of things that you want. That's another way to see it growing.
Say I got an investor, so how do we scale media business actually?
What do you mean by scale of media?
Yeah, often known investors want scaling, right? So everything, scaling is the most important thing. So how do you scale a media business?
You mean making your business scalable?
Yeah. So,
And what is the business? A blog?
yes, the media company that I started from the private blog.
So you started a private blog and you want to turn it into a media site.
Yeah, and then I want to scale it? How do you start?
Okay, so let me try to answer this thing from my best understanding. So you have a site yourself, you run it yourself, and then you want to turn it into a media site, right? So what happens is you must play. When you started it yourself, you are the one and only person on the site. You are the writer. You handle the server. I mean, maybe just a little bit, the images and everything. As you grow, you have to forgo some of your roles and hire people to do it for you. So you start by probably getting writers, and then if you want, you are probably the editor-in-chief, and then if you want, you still can be the technical person in this thing. But let's say you are more interested in being the technical person, then you hire another editor-in-chief. So you are slowly scaling, as in breaking things up. Yeah. Did I answer your question? Okay.
Any more question? What program is for the hotspot?
Hotspot.
I mean, to track it.
That is no program. It's a secret recipe from a friend who is sitting next to you.
Oh.
So basically, it's a script, right? And his script is good enough to get the data from analytics, and he presented it in a very well manner. I mean, and then when you go to analytics, it's just giving you a lot of figures, a lot of numbers, something that you probably don't know, something that you know. I don't even know if I need this. So what his script can do is whatever I want to track, it's just like if I want something, I just tag this, tag this, tag this, tag this, tag this. And then I'll get all the readings of everything about this. How many people click here, how many people see and don't click, and how many people see, click, and then goes to this. So yeah, so he has a script that allows me to basically track what I want to track.
Okay.
Maybe it's a bit technical question. If it's your secret, it's okay. You don't have to answer.
Yeah.
Is it all the traffic of the to the Hongkiat is handled by single server, or it's handled by several servers that maybe going scalable if the traffic rising or yeah. Basically, that's the question. Yeah.
So you're asking if all the traffics are handled by one server?
Or it's distributed to
Oh,
several
okay.
servers.
It's a secret, I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I'm just joking. I mean, all the traffics are handled by the main dedicated server, but because if a visitor comes to the site, they are, so what I understand is when they come to the site, they are trying to get a content from you to read. So most of the content right now are handled by catching softwares, so it's fine, but everything is on a single server. But the images, the JavaScript, the CSS are all in CDN server. So it helps to ease more loads on the main server. Yeah. Anything else?
Any else? Okay.
No.
Is your site's growth is deliberately planned, or is it something that you just do?
Sorry, come again.
Is your website's growth maybe in terms of the click rate, the audience, the readership, and maybe some subscribe or click rate? Your website's click rate, is it deliberately planned to grow, or you just do it like that?
Oh, you mean the traffic, the clicks?
Yeah, that's right.
Did I foresee that this thing will go up? No. No. I don't know how to. I mean, who can predict the future? Right? I mean, you just do what you really like, and then when you see it's picking up, you continue to do it. You keep continuing, and then you see it goes up, and then you just put in the faith, look back, and like Steve Jobs says, when you see things are connecting the dot, you know the future will keep on doing it. Yeah.
Any more question? Okay.
Right.
Cepat.
Money?
Yes. For a moment.
Are you going to believe it when I say 0? Because it's a sponsored server from Exabytes. So I'm not paying for a server. But let's just keep it between everyone here, okay?
Okay. Anything else? No question? No?
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Huh?
How many,
No.
Oke, jadi slide-nya sudah, jadi persiapannya memang cukup singkat. Jadi makanya ini tadi di-share sebenarnya lebih banyak untuk pertanyaan-pertanyaan dari peserta. Gitu. Jadi kalau ada yang bertanya, langsung silakan tanya. Ini karena slide-nya sudah selesai, jadi dan waktunya masih ada beberapa menit, jadi nanti silakan ini seperti apa? Sharing aja, tanya, silakan kenalan, ngobrol santai, mumpung orang di sini karena besok pagi sudah balik lagi ke rumah di Singapura seperti itu. Oke, sepertinya WordPress Meetup untuk acara intinya sudah selesai, ya kan? Terima kasih untuk kehadirannya dan terima kasih teman-teman yang sudah menonton di sini. Kita beri aplaus. Untuk acaranya kita tutup sekian. Selamat malam dan terima kasih.
Di gambarnya tuh tadi kelihatan nggak kelihatan lebih terang orang biru.
Kalau yang masih ada pertanyaan, silahkan nanti langsung tanya saja. Mungkin mau kenalan langsung, nggak apa-apa. Tanya-tanya, mungkin lebih ke santai, jadi bisa tanya-tanya. Kalau misalnya nggak bisa, maksudnya bahasa Inggrisnya nggak pede, ngomong aja bahasa Indonesia, nanti ada translatornya. Oke. Kalau ada yang mau teknis juga silakan. Oke, mengulas ini aja nggak apa-apa.
How many is your team right now?
How many is your team? How many total is your team? I think it's equal.
How many person in your team right now?
Okay, let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's developers and editors, and then writers. We have about 17 or 20 in Slack, so 17 and 20, 37? Yeah.
Okay, one question.
Personal question.
Yeah, sure.
Do you plan to make video content in the future or just article?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Reason why is because content like this is a bit hard, and to make video, and it's not gonna, the effort's gonna be the same, but it's not gonna garner as much traffic or attention as all those short span attention videos like what we see in Facebook.
Yes, just
So yeah, I don't think we are going down that road anymore soon, but it's in the plan to figure out how to do, tips like what we write and how to make it into a video which is also easy to digest and things that people still want to see. It's a very big challenge, at least to me. So we are still in the planning of how to do this thing.
Okay, thank you.
Hi.
My friend asked to me, he said about the tips for the beginner, for the writer, writing or article the first time, beginning time. But can you give us some tips for that?
To tips for
beginner start writing?
to start writing.
Yeah. Maybe there are special tips for
Oh, okay.
to get a good content.
First of all, ask yourself, what are you good at? Right? I mean, what areas are you good at? Then you write things about that thing. Because I think it's easier if you are good at something and then you write about that thing. So I think that's the fundamental thing, or probably a tip.
I mean, is there a pattern, something like pattern when we going to write some content?
Better? How to write better?
Maybe there are secret research when we can create the content that quality content, high quality content.
Oh, okay. So if you're good at something, right, and then you want to write about that thing, and you want to make it a quality content, how do you make it a quality content, right? Okay. So what you do is, if you want to write about this thing, first you must have a very good title. A title that is, we call it clickbaiting, but as long as the content is good enough, people doesn't care if the title is a clickbaiting title. So after the title comes a very good intro. You don't give everything in the intro, you give a gist of what you are going to tell them in the intro. And then the rest comes all the technical things you are going to write, or all the superfluous details with images, with a lot of useful links. So that's how I see as a good article. Did I answer the question? Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Yep.
When you are creating the article, what makes you create it? For example, I create this article because a lot of search in Google, or maybe because my audience wants it. What do you think when you are creating the article?
So you mean before I create the article, what is my goal?
What's your goal? Okay.
Latest things that people want to read. That's the main goal. Because this, it's very hard to guess what Google or search engine wants. But as long as it's quality, it's something that probably not many people done before. I guess it's going to rank good in Google.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah.
For future,
Yeah.
are you confident with your
Sorry.
content business?
For future?
Are you confident with your content business?
Yeah.
Or do you plan to develop your business into mobile applications?
For content publishing, right, I seriously don't know. I don't know whether, because this thing has been going on for 10 years, I don't know if there are another 10 years on this thing, because video are all coming in. Everyone is doing video, and obviously I think people these days have a shorter span of attention, they don't really care about reading anymore. So we will still be doing content publishing, but we will be changing the way we do to cater for the habits and how people read. But it will still be in writing form until I figure out a good way to do them in other media, in other videos. This is for the site, yeah. Hi. Yeah.
Is it possible if you rewrite your own content, like or tweets, maybe some, maybe just your own articles in the future?
Local article.
Desain article. As you rewrite again from now, maybe
You mean when we write and it goes down and then do we rewrite it? Yeah, we do rewrite. So one of the things I do is I will go to analytics and then I'll see the top 20, top 200 of the most visited articles. We will print the list and then we will discuss with the editors. Can we rewrite this thing? Should we rewrite? Because people are coming in to see if it's it's not good. But some of the articles are top ranking, but we couldn't rewrite. Example, if it was an article published 4 years ago about Windows 8, there's really no point rewriting about Windows 8. So we take the idea, we write about Windows 10, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, we do rewrite the articles. Any more?
Pak, ada yang pakai SEO? Oke?
Pakar SEO.
Oh, ya pakai SEO.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm late.
it's fine. I'm late too.
My first question about what is your strategy to deal with SEO?
I have no strategy with SEO.
Not using a specific plugin.
Oh yeah, I'm using all-in-one SEO. Mainly because it helps me to give a title for readers, give a title for search engine, and all the basic things. But let's just stick to one head because you don't know what will happen and what Google will be changing. So just don't expert. I'm the kind of guy who I'm scared of playing tricks, and if Google finds out, I get penalized. It's just a lot of risk to take. So just make sure everything is compatible to Google's guideline, and just focus on other things. Yeah.
Yes, I think well implemented SEO that is common, very common around the world.
Yeah.
Do you use CDN or like something like that?
Sorry, use what?
CDN, content delivery network.
Yeah, I'm using Max CDN. Yeah, for static content, to deliver static content. Basically, all the images and everything is it's all in CDN. Mm-hmm.
So that's also strategy. To
CDN.
speed up the website.
Oh yeah, that's. I don't see somehow as SEO. I see more like a speed optimization, not so much of a. Yeah, I mean in general it's search engine optimization. But when people talk about search engine optimization, they'll be like, how do I get this thing ranked? Keywords? Do I repeat this keyword? Do I link to other sites? So that's my understanding of SEO. But CDN site is probably how to optimize the site for better speed. Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
You have several developers, right?
Sorry?
Several developers.
Several developers. 7? No, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 editors. Yeah. So I was saying 7. So 7 is 4 plus 3. Yeah.
How frequent how frequent you modify your script?
How frequent I modify the scripts, the codes? I don't.
Never.
My developer do, because I am not good. I'm kind of outdated when it comes to coding these days. Yeah. So when it comes to functions or anything that we want to change, I would like discuss with him, and then he and other developers will do all these things.
How frequent they do?
Every day. Every day. Bugs, fix, minor, major, functions, anything that we have, anything that we want to test before we launch the live site. So because we have a local and then we have a staging and then we have a production, so we always keep on doing testing before we go to the live. Most of the things that we do are still in local and staging, not much in live. So we do a lot of things. Yeah.
What do you think about Google's AMP? Is it hurting your traffic or?
AMP, I have a very mixed feelings of AMP. I was encouraged by my Google. I have a Google Manager. So I was encouraged by her to go AMP because Google wants everything to be very fast on mobile. Right? So we tried AMP. It's really fast, but there is a big problem for people who wants to monetize the site because content loads fast. That means your ad are loading slow. So when the content is when you click on a link, the content pops came out, but the ad is like slowly. So that very 1 or 2 second chances are users are already scrolling down. So it's a double-edged sword. So they are happy because the content is fast, but you are not happy because they don't see the ads. So right now there's no way to tackle this thing, but I'm still on AMP because at the end you want reader to be able to read the content, and then your alternative solution will be put the ads lower. So on the upper four where content loads, there's no ads, it's fine. They see the content, but once they scroll, they start seeing ads. So that's like my best of both world solution for now. Mm.
Ada lagi? Nah,
Okay,
Yeah.
personal question.
You want to add me on Facebook?
No. I see you're just using Google AdSense. You use other media like native advertising like
Along the whole way, I used a lot, I tried a lot, I abandoned a lot. At the end of the day, I'm only sticking with two major things: AdSense and CPM Ad Network, which is, it's a company in America. So I think they're more like an agency. So I'm working with them and AdSense, but I'm controlling everything in DFP. What's the name? Desktop. You know Google DFP?
yeah,
It's like a Google's manager for managing your ads. I couldn't remember what DFP stands
double
for.
click.
Yeah, yes, double click for publishers.
Double click for-
Yes. Mm.
anything else? Tadi.
What your plan if your traffic is very stagnant?
Stagnant.
If
What happens?
If your traffic
Uh-huh.
if your traffic very stagnant, what's your plan?
To open it to more verticals, writing into more stuff. Like if right now you're in design, iOS, mobile stuff. So if you feel the traffic is stagnant, then it's not because that your traffic is stagnant. That's because you already reach whatever you can reach. Because the amount of people reading this thing is not that much out there, and there are so many other sites. So you can only reach here. So in order for the traffic to go up, you have to open other verticals, as in going into more different pieces of things.
Okay. Any more question? No? No?
I have a question.
Okay, Hongkiat have a question.
Yeah. Is there a mineral water?
Oh.
Yeah, you know,
I'm just joking.
Come to the rest.
Oke, kayaknya acaranya cukup sekian. Di sini kita mau foto dulu ya. Oke? Setupnya ya gimana? Setupnya fotonya kayak gimana? Kayaknya di depan sini gitu ya. Orangnya nggak terlalu. Hah? Oh gitu. Ya, boleh. Yang punya tempat. Masih. Ini kalau mau setup buat foto biasanya gimana? Ini nggak dipikirin gitu. Oke, baik. Oh, seperti itu. Self service lah semuanya ini. Oke. I think you remove these things, then put a few things back. So we believe that yang paling
Coba lihat tes. Nah ini dapet tuh, ya kan? Ini. Oke, yang di atas mepetan. Nah, kayak pagerayu gitu loh. Nah, gitu kan. Dua lapis bisa. Dua lapis. Dapat kan? Oke. Yang di bawah sini ada yang jongkok. Ya mau jongkok semua boleh. Pegang bola masing-masing.
kelihatan
Ya wes. Ya sini dikit. Ya. Rob, miring dikit gitu. Nah ya. Yang sini juga. Itu deketan Pak. Ini ada. Iya. Tak keperan ya.
1, 2, cheese.
Tunggu. Aku oke. 1, 2. Ada satu lagi. Ayo mas. Nah ini yang punya tempat ini. 1, 2. Sekali lagi. 1, 2. Oke, tukeran.
Situ masuk dulu.
Oh, ya, tolong mas. Oke.
1, 2. Sekali lagi. 1, 2. Oke.
Sip. Thank you. Jadi
Apa?
apa itu live?
Boleh podrek. YouTube.
Oh, perjalanan lain ya, Pak? Ini air sehat kan?